I started my agency with zero, no clients, no money, no idea how to run an agency. Today, that same business has grown to $7 million per year with over 150 active clients. And the truth is, it all came down to 4 pillars. Once I got these right, everything else fell into place. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through each of these 4 principles, the costly mistakes I made before I figured them out, and exactly how you can apply them to make scaling your agency feel effortless. Apart from my business, I've also helped 150 other agencies go from start to $1 million per year following these same 4 principles. So I'm pretty sure it'll work for you. Pillar 1, nailing the model. My first agency failed. I was running a web design and hosting company, selling $1,500 website, maybe like a $15 to $30 a month hosting fee. I was working with anybody that would pay us, restaurants, lawyers, furniture stores. Every sale was a one-time charge with no recurring revenue, constantly reinventing the wheel for each new client, could never break $10,000 per month. And if I'm honest, really never paid myself. I was working, but I would have actually made more money had I worked at Starbucks or McDonald's or somewhere else. I had no actual income because all the money we made, I basically spent on expenses trying to continue to serve the clients and grow the business. Scaling my second agency, I did things differently that allowed us to scale to 7 figures and beyond. So there's 4 components that I discovered that changed everything with that model. Component 1 is the niche. And rather than trying to be a generalist agency serving everybody, I decided I was going to focus on a very specific industry. We chose plumbing and HVAC companies after getting great results for our first client, Town Plumbing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We became the expert instead of just another generalist agency. We were able to systematize across that plumbing HVAC industry. Prospects could trust us because we had experience in their industry and we had proven results, and the word spread fast within a tight-knit industry. Component 2 was high-ticket pricing. Instead of charging like a one-time fee and a low monthly fee, we started at $1,000 per month and have grown it to over $3,500 per month. You do the math, to hit 7 figures, you need $83,000 in monthly recurring revenue. You can do this a lot of different ways, right? The money map I always think about in my head is you're gonna have 830 clients that pay you $100 per month. That's a lot of clients. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of effort. Or you could have 83 clients that pay you $1,000 per month. Or you could have 24 clients that pay you $3,500 per month. It's much easier to serve 24 clients, getting them amazing return on investment than managing 830 clients. Higher fees attract more serious committed clients. What I found was it takes almost as much energy to sell a $3,500 a month client as it does to sell a $500 a month client. Component number 3 is a focus on recurring revenue. We eliminated all project work completely. Every single client comes in with a monthly charge, either credit card or ACH. Recurring revenue compounds and becomes predictable and creates a business, not just a series of random projects. A really good example of this in the real world is Tony Ricketts. Tony Ricketts runs an amazing agency serving the landscaping and lawn care space. He had grown predominantly by doing really high-end web design with occasionally like a back-end recurring fee associated with it. And he was at $30,000 in recurring and about $30,000 to $50,000 any given month in custom projects. We talked about this particular component and say, hey, look, let's cancel out the project stuff, just sell recurring projects. He took that feedback. He was like, I'm going to lose $30,000 to $50,000 in revenue that I get pretty consistently. I'm going to go all the way back to $30K. But I can see how if I'm landing $20,000, $30,000 a month, it'll easily replace itself. He's since grown to over $250,000, $300,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And he points to that decision in his model as being one of the key drivers of his success. Component 4 is ROI-focused delivery. Don't sell websites and SEO. Sell lead generation and revenue growth. Track and report exactly how much they spent, exactly how many leads they generated, and exactly what the return on investment. Show clear ROI every single month, and this will justify your higher tickets. Real quick, if you want our help to implement the exact roadmap that's helped over 150 agencies hit 7 figures in our program, then you can click the first link in the description and book an agency acceleration session with us. Back to the video. Pillar 2 now is systematizing marketing. Our systematic approach is what we call our agency growth system, and it's consistency across daily activities, monthly activities, and quarterly timeframes. And we want to go multi-channel so that we're not just doing cold outreach, or we're not just doing short form videos, or we're not just doing Facebook ads. We want to have a comprehensive strategy that things are happening on a very consistent basis. So daily marketing activities, cold outreach. We should be manually reaching out to at least 5 prospects in our niche. We should be running Facebook ads and Google ads to consistently get in front of our ideal prospects. We should be creating valuable content that showcases cases or expertise. And then, of course, following up the prospects that are in the pipeline. Monthly activities. Every single month, we want to be doing at least one podcast where we're interviewing a successful client, we're interviewing somebody in the industry. And then also once per month, I want you to do one educational-based webinar or workshop on a very specific topic. Could be you're going to show up once a month and you're going to teach on how to get the website built for a conversion, or it could be how to get your whatever industry you serve ranked in the search engines for the most important keywords. Or on a quarterly basis, I want you to attend at least one industry conference within your industry. And then once per quarter, take at least one of your clients and create a detailed case study. The results you can expect with this system is 15 to 20 strategy sessions per month with qualified prospects. A closing ratio of 30 to 40% because clients are coming to you pre-positioned to buy. That should drive 5 to 7 new clients per month at, let's say, $3,500 per month. That's predictable growth that compounds over time. Pillar number 3 is mastering client retention. We all know that client churn kills growth. We experience this in our agency, and I've seen it happen to so many other agencies. Landing clients, but losing clients at almost the same rate. No clear process for keeping clients engaged long term. We had to constantly replace the revenue and kind of chase our tail because let's go land some new clients in order to replace the revenue that we've lost. With a high churn rate, growing your agency is practically impossible. I can tell you, we had grown our agency to about 7 figures, about 83,000 or more in monthly recurring revenue. At the time, I had a whiteboard, a big whiteboard in the office where for every month I tracked how many clients did we land that month and what was the revenue, and how many clients did we lose that month and what was the revenue. At this one particular day, one of my friends, Brian Cascadalsi, also runs a great agency in the roofing and remodeling space at the time. He came in, just happened into my office and then saw the board. He's like, hey, that's cool. Wow, that's awesome. You get that cool board there. Wow, 12 clients this last month. That's amazing. And he's like, but down here, wow, did you guys lose 8 clients? I was like, yeah, we did. Like, we're trying to focus on the positive. We're trying to focus on serving the clients and continuing to grow the business. But it did spotlight an issue because once you get to, let's just call it 100 clients, if you're churning 10% per month, that would be 10 clients churned in an individual month. And a lot of agencies don't realize that means I got to sell 10 clients every single month at a 10% churn at that stage in the business just to keep things static. You have to really be focused. And that's where we turned on the light bulb and said, hey, I think we do great work, but we got to figure out why these clients are churning. We got to figure out whether it's because of the way we set expectations or the way that we're onboarding or the way that we're showcasing our results or maybe even the results that we generate so that we can get that number where it needs to be. In my mind, you should be shooting from a retention perspective for 95% or higher. So no more than 5% churn any given month and really targeting 3% or less churn any given month. When you're in that sweet spot between 95 and 98%, you're doing really well. So how do we retain? And this was the retention system that we landed on and that we teach. First and foremost is world-class onboarding. We follow a very specific process with our clients for onboarding. Number one is we're going to send a welcome gift in the mail. We actually send 2 welcome gifts. We send Sherry's Berries, that way they get it right away. It's one thing that they can hand out or eat. And we also send them a custom branded box with our logo, with a bunch of goodies and a program overview inside. Structured onboarding call. Let's get all the raw materials that we need about you, your agency, your company, where you're looking to go, what your marketing look like today, what your unique selling proposition is. We also want to make sure that we've engineered quick wins in the first 30 days to build momentum. Set clear expectations for long-term relationship. If you're coming into your sales relationship with a client and the expectation is, hey, we're going to do a 30-day trial and we're going to see whether it works or not, you're setting yourself up for them to be like, hey, it's day 29. I don't see any results. I'm out. Versus, hey, look, we're going to do a lot of work here. Let's not even waste each other's time if you're not committed to stick with this for at least 12 months. So set those expectations, and that can make a big difference in how they perceive the relationship. Make that first impression flawless. We get them through onboarding, and we have to have proactive ongoing communication. Every month, the client should have some type of review call. Reporting needs to focus on ROI, not just activities. And we also have to make sure we're setting the vision where things are headed. Make the clients feel like you're their true growth partner. So the results from following this, most agencies we work with achieve a 97% or higher monthly retention. Clients stick around for years, not months, and then referrals start to increase. So it starts to create a little bit of a flywheel where every client we get gets a great experience. Some of them become client case studies and they start to bring even more clients into our world. That's why having retention is so critical for your long-term success. Pillar number 4 is building a leadership team. I was trapped doing everything myself. Once we started getting clients and scaling, I got trapped in the business. Every client required my personal involvement. I couldn't scale beyond my own own capacity. I had a high-stress job, not a business. The hiring sequence I followed to solve this was, first and foremost, I needed an operations support person. Right out of the gates, I removed myself from any of the actual work, hired someone to manage the website builds, the SEO content, and that freed me up to focus on sales, business development, also improve the quality and the speed of delivery because I could find someone that was truly passionate and great at that side of the business. Second hire was account management, right? And about 17 clients, we hired a dedicated account manager for clients because when they had a question on Saturday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was the person getting that call or that text or that email. And I think most agencies start to bottleneck at about 25 or 30 accounts, where if you don't remove yourself from account management, you're not going to be able to grow. Third hire was administrative support. I was still the main person responsible for following up on billing issues, for scheduling travel for upcoming events, for setting up webinars and promo campaigns. And so I needed a marketing assistant to handle some of those logistics and also to remove some of the low-level tasks like paying bills and following up on travel. And then the fourth hire was sales. Eventually, I removed myself from the sales calls entirely. We hired a closer who could follow our proven process, and now the business could grow without my involvement. And I think this was one of the most beautiful days in my agency career, because the day a client was sold into our monthly program without me being involved in the sales process, I knew I had a fully functioning business that could grow without me. I think that's where we should all aspire to be within our agency, where the business can grow with or without us. And of course, we want to reinvest the extra time we have in the vision of the company, in continuing to position the organization as the best of the best within the space, and find what it is that we do best that fills our tank, that gives us the most energy so that everybody involved can benefit. If you implement these 4 pillars, scaling to 7 figures will feel like a natural next step. But of course, there's still a lot of detail and specific strategies going into each of these pillars that we see many agencies struggle with. If you'd like to take action on this to hit $1 million per year in revenue, you can book a free agency acceleration session with us using the first link in the description. The purpose of this call will be to learn more about your business so that we can create a personalized plan and also explain how our program can help you scale to the next level faster and easier. We've helped over 150 agencies hit 7 figures inside of our program so far, and we'd love to help you do the same. So click the first link below, book your free call. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.